Hello everyone, hope you're all doing well. Don't forget, if you like the video, click on like and subscribe and talk about it on chat lines or wherever it is your social media activities, and help us to grow and help more people. I'll talk to you soon.
Rani has to say here. He says, hello, a lot has happened to me since our last conversation. Rani and I had a conversation a while back on Skype. He says, I'm still triggered by naked men. Yesterday, I watched a porn where the woman gave the man a VJ. His balls somehow triggered me very much. You gotta laugh it off. So what? Well, because you have balls as well. And when she's doing what she's doing, you imagine she's doing it with you because there's a representation of what you have over there in the whatever you're watching. So you kind of, it's really yourself, you're impressing yourself because you're putting your balls where that ball is and you're imagining she's doing what she's doing to that ball to yours, and then that itself is the association that triggers you. It's not that you're triggered by someone else's balls. It's because you have the same, and you can see how it would operate in that scene and how it could feel when the woman is doing that. So that's pretty much the association there. Nothing weird. And even if it does, so big fucking deal. So what? As I said to you, you roll in life by your vetoes and choices. Lots of things due to anxiety and so on. You know, we guys always comparing ourselves with somebody else. If you see a bigger dick, oh, gee, oh, that's bigger dick. So, and we're we are conditioned to say that, oh, I gotta have a big dick and I gotta fuck good. So that means I'm really a man. And so all these things, if somebody else has a big dick, we kind of feel envy, and that envy translates your brain as a respect, and that respect translates in your brain as, oh, I have have an interest in that person, and so on, and then it takes you on different tangents and make you think, oh, that was a homosexual tendency. No, these are all associations that the brain makes, and the brain makes you feel the association, which is about you and with the woman, about your performance with the woman, and then you mix them all up, and you think that actually is because of what you're seeing or interest in what you're seeing. Constantly we are comparing ourselves to the other ones, and the fact that, oh, he could be better, he could have a bigger ball, or that girl might like that guy better, or look like she's enjoying it, so that means I'm inferior because she's enjoying that guy. Obviously you're not there. But that already gives you this feeling of inferiority. And that inferiority translates into anxiety, and that anxiety brings the blood pressure up and makes movements, and somewhere in your body gets triggered as far as all the anxiety and protection and envy and all that, all these thoughts coming together, and then you feel like there's something wrong. No. You know, we like to be top dogs. We don't like to see someone that could possibly score better with the girls, or have better muscles, or better looking, or because that would mean he's more alpha than I am. And then you kind of get really sucked into that whole bullshit of train of thoughts. And you shouldn't give a shit. Yeah, you notice someone's got a big dick, okay, a big dick, so what? You know, you should just pass on. You should not interpret anything you see. The problem in your life, in our lives, is that we don't just live as we should, by observing and moving and observing and moving. We don't observe, we perceive. We see something, we relate it and associate it with something that we have knowledge of in the movies or however, and then we think about it, look for interpretation, and see if it has any relevance to what I'm doing, how I'm feeling. All these conjuring up and all these investigation, it's just waste of time and bullshit. Observe. Good looking guy, okay, great, bye. Nice body, fine. Body translates naked body, naked me, naked means naked sex, because if I want to have sex, I gotta be, yeah? So the same thing. You see naked body of another man associated with sex, and you have that same structure, then this all gets mixed up, and you think you're actually turned on by the naked man's body. No, you're turned on by the concept of sex because you see naked associates with sex, and that's where it goes. Don't interpret any of that. Just, okay, I saw some horse's ass, looks good. That came to my mind. Okay, fine, move on. Now you guys, oh, what does that mean? I'm a homosexual now. What does that mean in my life, in my gender? No, nothing. Just move on. You simply roll in life by your vetoes and choices. That's all. It doesn't matter what else comes to your mind, what interpretation, what conclusion. The problem again with us people, human beings, is that because of ability to speak and think since 40,000 years ago, we actually unlearned to live naturally and normally without judgment or interpretation of anything, and just live your life instinctively as we did for millions of years. And we were all happy and no confusion, no nothing. But now the words have meaning, and the meaning go into certain kind of a category. And category is considered a conclusion. So when you see something, instead of saying, okay, good looking guy, that's it, good looking guy. You know, when we were kids, we saw good looking actors in the movies and we tried to imitate them because they looked manly and the girls liked them. So a role model like James Bond and all the other, male actors that were like heroes, or, we wanted to be like them because, we could see that they're strong and the girls like him, and so they carry themselves well, and that was the role modeling thing, right? But instead of just seeing the guy and saying, oh, good looking guy, you go with the conclusion of what does good looking could imply to. The conclusion is homosexual and feeling. So no longer you're focused on what was simply a recognition of a good looking man. You're now dealing with a conclusion of homosexuality. What does that have anything to do with? But in other things, you don't have the words for it to associate it with the conclusion. Like you see a nice looking horse, you don't have any conclusion. Oh, that means you have you want sex with animals. You don't have that. So you look at the horse and it's good looking, nice legs, nice hands, nice butt, and nice. That's it. You're observing it. No conclusions to it. But in other areas, we've learned that everything supposedly have to have conclusion. So no longer you're dealing with the observation, you're dealing with the concept of homosexuality when you see a good-looking guy. Bullshit. You see a good-looking horse, good-looking dog, good-looking handbag, good-looking car, good-looking guy, good-looking girl. You see them. Has nothing to do with any conclusion, and you shouldn't allow it to have any conclusion. And that's how you roll. You observe and go. Yeah, that's okay, Randy, because that is your brain doing all those thoughts. Again, the problem with where you are is that you still haven't understood that just because the appearance of these ideas or thoughts happens in your head, mounted on your body, it doesn't mean it belongs to you. There is a brain that is also creating thoughts. You're not the only part of your entity that is using the brain's apparatus and abilities to manipulate it and get it to construct a certain kind of a design, product, thoughts, idea, and so on. Brain itself also uses its apparatus to create ideas, looks, and create images and ideas and thoughts and suggestions and so on. For example, there is something called neural ensemble. I don't know if we talked about this or not, but neural ensemble is when different part of the neurons, different types of neurons, create things that in reality, they don't exist. For example, right now, you can create in your mind and imagine a lion with a duck's head. You can do that. You can see a lion body and a duck's head. You can all do that. That takes a precise timing and creation of these signals for the brain to have them all at the same time organized to create that duck head and the lion's body. Very precise. That's how powerful and precise the brain is. It can create things that don't even exist. But you actually, when you see it in virtuality, you're not concerned that it does exist or not. You see that and you believe that's a reality, even though it doesn't even exist in the world. Brain can create things that don't even exist. The same brain can make you think you are a gender that you're not, because it doesn't exist, but it can create and make you believe it. It's that powerful. That's where your values and your vetoes and your choices come into the picture. That's how you protect yourself, and that's how you get the anxiety away, by becoming aware that there is such ability in the brain, and I'm not going to fall for it. I am the boss, and I will choose what it creates, and I will veto what I don't think it's relevant to me. And that's how you roll in life. Otherwise, there's so many shit that could be thrown at you, and you're not supposed to be falling for every one of them. It's like some shoddy salesman is trying to sell you some kind of a fake something as genuine. You're not supposed to fall for it, because these sort of ideas and introductions and suggestions and efforts are being made all the time to trick you out of your money, to trick you out of your sex. I mean, when I was a kid and walking from school to home, sometimes there would be some pervert, walking by and trying to follow me, and then try to convince me of that, I want to show you something, come here, or this and that, so bullshit. But we were warned as kids that don't talk to strangers, and be aware of who is talking to you, and just keep on going, and don't pay attention to them, because they're perverts around. They have their own agenda. So these things are constantly there. So what stops the brain to be one of those that causes all these distractions and things that are irrelevant to you? You're supposed to protect yourself from people out there who are not meeting your values, are not in line with what your ideas of lifestyle is. And you're also supposed to protect yourself against your own brain, because that is mounted on your head. It's yours, but it's not working for you all the time. You use it, but it also creates thoughts. That's what its mandate is, that its job is, that its ability is, to make thoughts that are irrelevant to you, meaningless to you. But because it's mounted there, you think anything that it conjures up has anything to do with you. It doesn't. And you got to get that to your head. And instead of trying to interpret what it does, what it means, understand it's coming from a source that is not credible. You don't have to try to find out what it means. You have to understand that it comes from shithole, and I don't entertain it. That's all. You don't have to make meaning out of anything. Your problem is you're trying to make meaning out of every shit that comes out of your brain. Don't. Brain is not you. You're not the brain. And what it makes and says, it's irrelevant to you. You roll by your values. What's meaningful to you? What's relevant to you? What's important to you? Your ideas, your beliefs, your faith, whatever it is. You roll with your vetoes and choices, not suggestion, thoughts, images, and ideas. That's the end of that. Beyond that, you got to talk to your psychotherapist, because I can't help you any further than this. Look, it's very simple. It doesn't matter what you think you like or you don't. Do you choose that lifestyle? That's where your intellect, your awareness of who you are comes into the picture and gives you the decision. And once you know that, that is your choice. And opposite of it is what you veto. And that's the end of that. It doesn't matter. You're not supposed to interpret what it means as if your brain suggests something, that's the deity, that's your intellect. No. Like other people can suggest things in the street to you. You're not supposed to be listening to them. They're other people. This is the same. It's a brain. It's not you. That's all you have to focus on. All right, let's move on to
Subscribe on my channel, visit my channel, and go through the videos that you might be interested in. Mind@seekstruth.com, making it one step away to talk to me one-on-one on Skype and discuss what's concerning you. I'll talk to you soon.